So this evening we are in Antelope, California, and we are helping just an absolutely delightful family that is experiencing some strange paranormal activity. Everybody in the family is having some kind of experience, I believe. I know the young man over there, he's having some significant experiences that are making him, I believe, nervous. That's about all the information I have and what I've sensed so far from walking in. We are here to document whatever we can, determine the nature of the haunt, and better yet, a resolution to make sure only positive energy is in the space, and let the family know how to manage spiritual abilities, and when spirits kind of push their boundaries, how to set that bubble out just a little bit farther. That is something that's really important for anybody, whether you're gifted or not. Spirits can impact your life and impact your physical and spiritual energy. If you don't set some good protocol in place, it's no different than when the living tries to encroach upon your energy. You need to have boundaries, and you do have to have boundaries with the other side as well. And I feel like there's some curious energy here. That's what I felt so far. There's a man that keeps peeking around, and he seems to be up there somewhere, and he keeps kind of popping around. Mm-hmm. There's also two women. I feel two women wandering around, so I got to sort them out too. There's a younger one, and there's a little bit. She's much older. That's wandering up there. So we want to know who they are, why they're here, and maybe I can encourage them to communicate with us, either through my abilities or gifts, or through all the different levels of equipment that we will deploy this evening. We really just want to give this family a solid set of answers. What's going on? Do they have anything to worry about? Or is it just a bunch of family wandering about and, tell everyone to kind of simmer down and relax and not overwhelm the poor family? We want them to just enjoy their home. It's a beautiful, lovely home from what I've seen so far. Why not enjoy the space? Why feel kind of creeped out or curious as to what's going, why are these things bothering me? I know that there is a living dog out there that I can hear, and I believe that there are some spirit animals that they're hoping to communicate with, so we're going to try to see if we can draw them forward as well. We know from other cases that spirit animals are a real thing, and we want to give them that peace of mind. So I think we should go wander around, check out some of the hot spots. I really am. I mean, there's stuff down here that I want to look at, but I'm really drawn upstairs. So I think that we should probably just go up there and talk to that guy. I don't know.
To the dude.
Some guy.
Some guy.
Can you tell me where you are?
Well, don't hide from us. They always hide.
Ooh. The heart rate goes up in here, though.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
The heart rate's definitely elevated in here. Oh, look, there's rocks.
Yay,
Everybody
rocks!
likes rocks.
Yay, rocks. Look, there's your crystal.
Like the Vader painting. Oh! She has a little bit of arachnophobia.
Yes, she is.
It's all right. It's a plush one.
What?
It'll be okay. Okay, so it's strange right here. I don't know how to quantify this, but I feel like the bed moves. I feel like I'm in motion. And I don't know why I feel a sense of motion. What is this word? He's I don't know. It seems like some sort of guy. It seems to be about, I don't know, 70 to 75. Tell me a little more about you. Well, I like to hang out with him. He's like the coolest kid in the neighborhood.
Oh.
He seems to really like you, but I don't know. I think he really he doesn't understand how to like have good manners, and I think like you would wake up and be really startled. I feel startled a little bit in here, just like a little bit startled is what I feel like in here. And almost like I would hear something, like I feel like I hear something. Do you have any experiences where you hear weird things in here? Just
yeah.
yeah.
Yes, I hear knocking.
Yeah. I feel like noises right in here, like right next to me. That's what I feel like. I feel like I'm getting noises right next to me, and then you're just like, oh God, what is that? Like you get really surprised.
Yeah. So.
Yes.
Can I speak? Can I speak? So when I sometimes yeah, did you just hear it? I heard it. It's just like this. But not that loud though. Can I speak? Can I speak?
Do you see you could just say yes or no. Do you see a man that walks around in here ever, or just feel somebody or hear something?
So when I ever, I have to take these off.
Because I can see him. Like, you may not be able to see him, but I see him. We're having a Ghost Adventures reenactment.
I think we are.
Just very.
I don't see a man.
I feel like somebody sits on the bed or that moves it. I feel like there's something that moves. I feel in motion in here. I feel something that's being moved.
That's a child's toy in the background to debunk.
Yeah, that's not a demon.
That's not disembodied voices.
Wait, is he a good guy?
He doesn't seem aggressive yet, but I think he's attracted to your energy, and I'm not sure why. And I almost feel like there's some sort of blood relation. I feel like he's somewhere in the family line, and I just can't figure out where. I can't quite figure him out yet. So I'd like to explore his energy a little bit more. I don't feel aggressive, but I feel like he's just kind of goofy and like he runs into things. He runs into the walls. He runs into the bed.
Little klutzy.
Like he's an absolute klutz, and therefore he makes a lot of noise.
Yep.
Like me.
Well, maybe he is related. You never know. He seems kind of just like, yeah, he just seems loud and klutzy, to be perfectly honest. What is that? What do I feel? It's like somebody. I feel this energy of somebody, kind of coming and just sitting down.
Watching.
And yeah, like I get this feeling like I feel like I'm sitting here, and like even if you're not able to see them, they obviously can see you. But I feel like you don't feel alone. You feel somebody really close by, like super close. I get this feeling that they got a little close. They got a little close to you, and like you could almost feel somebody like right there, so close. But you thought you were imagining it. You said no. I'm not feeling that. That's not real, and you just ignore. Because I feel like they were so close, almost like a touch. Like there's like a slight touch. It's very comforting. It's very, very grandfatherly. Just like comforting, soft and sweet and comforting. He could even be a great grandpa, or maybe but he's like he's comforting. He's keeps trying to, but he's not really good with the boundaries. He's really miserable at the boundaries. Who are you? You really could tell me who you are. It'll make my life easier. I'm gonna make you work for it.
Little Missy.
Okay. This man has spunk. He's got some real
Feisty.
like I'm gonna tell you how it is. Like, who is this guy? You'll figure it out. Fine. Then can I do the rest of the walkthrough?
Fine.
I'm not scared of your room at all. Your room is fine. But that guy, he really likes you. But he has crappy boundaries. He's really
Yeah,
not.
I don't think he means to startle you, but he just thinks you're the coolest kid around.
He should. Yes, he cool too.
Like, I wish that he would be better with boundaries. There's 2 women in the house. There's 2 women. One is younger, one is much older. And the older lady comes in here, and she walks the other side of the hall. She walks the hall. So I think I hear footsteps. I feel like I would hear footsteps through the hallway. And that would be the woman that I hear going through the halls.
Is she sassy?
I don't know that I would call her that. I would call her fastidious and meticulous. Very focused, very finite details, very much with the details. She's a very fastidious older woman. So she always keeps trying to come in here and organize the little one. She's always trying to organize the little one. It's so sweet. Something with this horse. Something with the horse. I don't know what's with the horse, but the energy with this is interesting. It's not bad, but there's something with the energy.
And I'm in the closet again.
This is very significant to her.
Okay.
Just yes or no, does that make sense to you guys?
That makes sense.
Okay.
Oh, good.
She's a very interesting gal. I like her, but she's so particular. Oh. Yes, all right, let me straighten up. I'm sorry. I apologize.
You don't even have time for me.
Yeah, she's like, I'm about to let you alone. Son, no. Yeah, no, she loves that horse. We'll deal with her in a minute. Next set of people. Yeah, the man looks over the balcony all the time, but the woman walks back and forth, but the man stares over the balcony. So I almost feel like you would get like a quick moment, like you feel like you see somebody and then they're gone. Mm-hmm. Is that
Yes.
That happens to you guys?
Yes.
Okay.
Stop.
No, quite.
Yeah, because he stands and watches and checks up on everyone, and she's going from room to room fixing them. She's a busy dead lady.
Busy.
The dead are so interesting. Ooh, that got electrical real fast. Pure electricity. I almost want, this would be a good place for static testing.
Sure, you got it.
The periscope and the tri-field.
Mm-hmm.
This is a huge pile of static right here. I don't know why, but I'm in the middle of a big pile of static. A static party. It's almost like this other female. I don't know who I have no idea who she is, but she's 40 or under, but I can't quite place her. I can't figure her out. I don't quite know who she is. She won't give up much, but she sits here. And she causes a lot of discharge, a lot of static discharge right here. This is, I feel a little uncomfortable in the throat. Something in the throat is not comfortable, and I don't know if that's coming from a living person or one of the dead. But the throat is really tight and almost asthmatic. I have a really asthmatic feeling in this space right here. So, does that make a little bit of sense to you guys? Okay. So tight. Yeah, it's like almost suffocating. Just a little bit uncomfortable. Very, and now the static sort of is slowly dissipating. It's slowly dissipating. But this woman, she's one of yours. I don't quite know who she is though, but she's one of yours. She's younger-ish, miserable at ages, but she belongs to you somewhere in I don't know where she belongs in the tree. But she belongs to you somewhere.
We can only get her to.
Yeah, that older lady, I think it's yours. She belongs to you. This is like mom or grandma. This is she's yours. God, she's so picky. she's a smart and amazing and wonderful woman, but good God. Oh, get on your butt for stuff. I tell you what. She's just all up in my business. I'm like, did this? Come on, woman. Like, calm down. It doesn't have to be this intense. But no, but you should do it like this and this was right. And this is how it used to be. And then just put it in this way. God, the OCD. Oh, I like her, but damn.
Yep.
Don't get good validation on that.
Yeah. She's the loudest of the trio. Figures. I think they're all related in some way, shape, or form. I'm not quite sure. The slightly younger one, I'm not quite positive if it's a blood relation or just like family, but close. There's a level of closeness with her. And the guy, I think he's in the family tree too. I honestly do. He's very grandfatherly-ish, but I don't know if it's literally a grandfather or great-grandfather. He's definitely related, and he's just a freaking goof. Oh God. So she can't. It's like, for God's sakes, man, stand up, pull your pants, get straight and. Oh, she is so picky with even with the dead people.
No.
Oh,
Oh, that's
Straighten
funny.
up your ghost shirt.
this poor guy. He's just like. I think that's why he runs into the beds, because he's like, oh my God, go and get away. Like he's going the other way. And she's just kind of, but I still think she's really sweet, so she means well. I can see why there would be a level of intensity for you guys, because that's a lot of spirits in one space. And it's not a lot of good boundaries. There's a lack of energetic boundaries going on, and I think that's really causing an issue. When we get fearful, our boundaries go down, and we allow other things in that maybe aren't some of the family, that aren't some of the good stuff. You get real hyped up and fearful. You can welcome in other energies, especially if you're a little bit gifted, a budding, sensitive down there. That kind of energy, you can accidentally get what we call affectionately Klingons. Sometimes energy can cling on to you and follow you home, or wander into your home and then pester you for a few days or for a couple of weeks, and then maybe finally one of the family relatives, and that energy can kick something out, but then you get a little upset about something else and you get another Klingon. It's really about daily bubbling, keeping that energy and that protection going on, because it'll continue to be a vicious cycle of feeling uncomfortable for several weeks at a time, and feeling intimidated and feeling uncomfortable in your own space because something new has come in that doesn't belong with your dynamic. Because just the family spirits that you have here and the positive spirits you have here, that's not so overwhelming. But then you introduce foreign energy, that's going to really unsettle the whole balance of the living and the dead. And that can cause some real turmoil. That can cause some sleepless nights and some nightmares and some screaming and fear, and it can cause a real cycle. And I don't know if you guys have gone through periods of extra energy that you just nobody's comfortable, nobody's sleeping right. It just feels imbalanced. Is that something you guys have gone through? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay, because it feels like things come in, then they go, and then they come in, and then it's like this. It's like a revolving door that seems to be going on. The resident spirits, they're okay, but I feel like there's some sort of revolving door happening in this space, and we've really got to lock it down, and then show you guys how to keep it closed, because it really feels like they get drawn in, and they don't care who they bother. I almost feel like we're in a little bit more of a slight lull right now. I don't feel as intense, but maybe some of those energies are like, they called a team out. And they booked it out the door.
Hightail it out of here.
They're like, no, never mind. But obviously your resident dead, they're all comfortable here, and they're like, oh yay, somebody to talk to. We'll show up. Let's have a party. Oh yes, go ahead and show me your fine china. That's fine. The whole freaking setup, the table. She's like, oh, we're having a party.
No.
Not really, sweetheart, but she just got the whole spread on, and the napkins, skin rings. Oh my God, this woman. Fabulous decor, though. I mean, it's impeccable.
She could set a table.
Freaking as dead people. Okay, so the point being is that those spirits are acceptable to be in your house. You want those loving spirits that, even if they're kind of a little kooky and a little eccentric, eccentric is a polite word. Even if they are that way, that's fine. You can live with that. You can live with people that you know, or that were in the family tree. But there's something that the things that are coming in. It's almost like there's a hidden something somewhere. Something is hidden somewhere. They keep telling me something's hidden, and I don't know what it is. So I would like to fish out whatever that thing is. Something they say it's hidden. And there is somebody that had a really traumatic death, a really that's not good. This was really violent. It's not even something I want to like explain in front of children. I mean, there's a lot of this is all bad.
Is that one of the transients?
I don't know. This is bloody. This is really bloody. I mean, it's everywhere. I mean, this is like it's just shattered. Like everything. Like I feel bones are shattered. I feel shattered, and I don't know who that energy is, but they don't seem to. That seems to be a problem. That I don't know if it was a suicide or what that was. Maybe it was something accidental, but I see like the bones are all shattered.
Ooh, like hit by a train or something.
There's blood everywhere.
Ooh.
I feel torn apart.
Ooh, that's no good.
I'm not comfortable. That's a really terrible feeling. So I don't know if that is a spirit or like somebody you would actually know, or if that's just somebody that wandered in and is causing havoc. But this is a really sudden traumatic death. This is really sudden. This is really uncomfortable. Like it almost looks like something vehicular, but I can't quite place it. There's also one that's talking about, they're showing me a pill bottle. They're showing me some pills. So I'm not sure what that one is. Once I start opening, then they all kind of flood in. I'm like, push them out. What's with the wrist? I feel really uncomfortable right there. Something hurts right here. I'm really in pain right in here. It hurts a lot.
Ow.
We're just having a dead palooza. We should get out of this space before I oversaturate and too many dead people. And then we can kind of regroup and maybe discuss some of these that I have been feeling and get a little more narrowed down, and then break out some meters.
Yeah.
And
Meters.
Meter walkthrough.
and kind of get an idea if there's something that's actually feeding the spirit activity, if there's any ungrounded wiring or anything, that could also be food for the other side. So we want to get you some really good answers as to what's setting all this off. But I'm feeling like more than one of you is open to the other side. I think there's layers of openness happening in this house, and that without proper boundaries is probably wreaking havoc on your space a little bit.
Yep.
Have I sent you the grounding document? And if I haven't, I need to. Because I think everybody needs to learn how to put on their bubbles and ground. I think that would be really, really helpful, because I think there's a layer of ability that sort of is, I can't quite figure out. I know that one's got some stuff going on, but you're real sensitive too. Like you're in tune. You vibrate at a beautiful, like almost indigo kind of aura. Like it's an amazing energy.
Quite lovely.
That's coming out of you. That's really in tune to the other side. Really, it's almost like you had a foot on the other side, and then came back. And I don't know when that was, but you're really connected to it. So that's really kind of fascinating.
Fascinating.
This whole place is fascinating. I mean, no portals in the closet, right?
Oh, let's hope not.
God, I hope not. I'll test it, but with meters.
No.
I'm not sure. I feel like I'm in an elevator. Going up?
Yeah.
I swear to God, I feel like I'm in an elevator. Well, I think I'll just bless this. a
Just
lot.
bless the closet too, along with everything else.
Why not? I don't know. It feels very. It's not necessarily inherently negative, but I feel like I'm moving upward.
Yeah.
I don't know what that is. I feel like I'm going.
Stand over here. Just feel the energy over there.
Yeah.
Just out of curiosity.
Feel dizzy in here. My ears are ringing like bells.
Hmm.
The bells. The bells. Whoa! What is? Oh my god.
Super dizzy.
There's the portal. That's what I thought.
Oh boy, here we
That's what
go.
I thought. I think I was backing into it. Seriously. Is that my spirit guide or a portal?
Yeah, that's really intense.
It does feel weird.
I'm getting poked in here.
Touchy.
What's going on over here? No, it's a little bit intense in here, actually.
Yeah.
Bathrooms aren't supposed to be.
I was feeling it.
That's almost too intense for
Well,
me.
It makes my ears hurt.
2 areas in one room.
That's not okay.
Yeah.
I don't like that. A little too much for me. That's a little. The volume's all the way turned up in there. No volume control in there. I'm feeling poked and I'm feeling dizzy and woozy and
It's so funny.
I bet you can hardly stand it to go in there
It's like a
for any
tilt
length of
whirl.
time.
yeah. No, it's like I'm on a teacup ride. It's actually kind of dizzying. So there might be a little something that I'm going to have to do extra special in the bathroom.
Yeah.
Add a little more camping down. That's too much for me.
A little too portally.
Yeah, a little too portally. Portally is an official term.
Scientific.
That's intense in there. Do you feel touched in there?
Sometimes.
Because I just feel like I felt something like kept poking me.
Or sometimes I feel like a wave and
Yeah.
a rush.
Yeah,
That's just
all just
weird.
Just like, whoa.
Yeah.
That's not comfortable. And we can figure out if there's an actual like energetic portal, or if maybe there's something in there going on that's adding like high EMF fields. Will make you feel sick and dizzy and wonky and goofy and all those kind of things. And I'm really sensitive to EMF, so it would make sense that I would feel that way in there. So we want to test that to see how the EMF registers and also how we can bring it down. It could be a paranormal EMF or it could be just a wiring EMF. We need to figure out which it is.
Yeah.
Luckily, we've also discovered that if it is a paranormal EMF problem, a really strong smudging and blessing has brought down numbers on our investigation. Cut them either in half or down to an eighth of what they were before we did the blessing, which makes it a lot more comfortable in a space. So if it's electrical, you have to call a different kind of professional.
Smudging doesn't affect that.
No, but if it's paranormal in cause, then we can
And
correct.
smudging seems to affect static electricity more than EMF. It affects both, but it seems like the static electricity is more easily tamped down by the smudgings that you do. Of course, you smudge with a little bit of everything.
Yeah, I really like to be thorough with my blessings because I want you guys to be happy. Yes.
So I think it was on Thursday. I was making my game, which Daddy knows. Still taking a shower, and I saw this like black figure, like over here. I don't know where. I forgot what's the exact place, but I was watching. I don't know what I was watching, but I was like over here, and I saw this guy looking at me, and I blinked and he was gone.
Yeah, that confirms what I felt.
And also,
He sits there and watches everybody.
and then I saw it again, and then I started to get worried, but I didn't tell you guys. And I was going to, but I got scared. I get nervous.
Definitely don't get afraid of spiritual activity. Know that you're in control. You're in the meat suit. You're in your body. You have control, and you can set boundaries. If you're not comfortable with something, you can tell the spirit, "I'm not comfortable with that. No, thank you. You have to go now." Don't be fearful. Don't be angry. Just be assertive. Tell them, "No, thank you. I don't need to interact with you." And they need to go away. And you just set boundaries. If you don't want to be bothered, you tell them it's not okay. You have the ability and authority to do that. So I want you to feel like you can be in charge of your own space. If you don't want to see the guy, tell him you don't want to see the guy. Even though I think he's probably just family. But, if he makes you feel weird, tell him to back off a little bit. Right?
That's what I told you, right, bud?
Well, you can tell him that, if it's him, say, "Hey, I love you, but you're making me feel a little weird, dude. You know, kind of,
He needs to know you're losing sleep, you know?
yeah, negotiate
Exactly.
negotiate with him, because on the other side, sometimes they forget boundaries. Sometimes they forget what's, you know, time doesn't exist over there, so they don't know if it's 3 a.m. and they're waking up a kid. You know, sometimes they don't always connect the dots, and we have to remind them. We have to tell them what the boundary. And if you're struggling with that, you know, as parents, you can go in there, tuck them in, and say, hey. And all you nice spirits, I know you love everybody, but can you not wake up the kids, and set some solid boundaries, and work together and make it sort of a deal that everyone kind of gets involved in, and you know, you picture your big bubble popping around your body and you're all protected. Sort of do this as a collective, you know, you make this a family effort to reclaim the space, because even if you are related to them, they don't have the right to pester you.
I watch TV because I need light in my room, and I'm also very nervous.
Mm-hmm.
And
Most sensitives can't sleep in the
and
dark.
when
You don't say.
and that's why when
Actually, I still sleep with my my Himalayan salt lamp on all night. I don't sleep in the dark, so don't feel bad. It's a Himalayan salt lamp would actually be a good solution. You can ones with the dimmers in, so you can dim it. It's not too
Yeah.
bright, because you know, too much light in a room can affect your sleep rhythms. You have to have that delicate balance. But if I'm in the pitch dark, I don't do so well. It's a trait of a sensitive. A lot of us can't handle the dark, so the dead are louder. So it's fine to stay a little bit of light.
It's actually really
Just something to provide that little comfort barrier.
Yeah.
The point being is that I still haven't grown out of the whole light issues, so you know, I'm not gonna judge anyone for having a little nervousness with the dark, or you know, that type of stuff, or wanting the TV on when you go to bed. It's a comfort thing, so I get it. We definitely need to make sure you guys feel just a little bit safer. And losing sleep because of the dead is not okay. And some of it is the relatives, but I think, like I said, I think there's other energies that are coming in that are not following all the protocol. They're getting in somehow, probably that portally energy in there, and they're attracted to the beacons, the people who are spiritually gifted, and you know, or they just want to pester anybody who's in the house, quite frankly, and maybe even the dog. The dog gets bothered. So yeah, it seems like the dog gets annoyed by something, or watches something, the dog's tracking something. Yeah, I think everyone's kind of getting bothered, and those are the spirits that are finding their way in, because there's their way in. They're getting in, and we need to set a boundary. But then once we've pushed everything out, we've tamped it all down, you guys will be the steward of the space. You will have to then do the maintenance and keep the energy light and happy and beautiful and the way it needs to be. Water in here too. Ooh yeah. A little bit electric in here too.
Just a little.
We're a little bit electric in here. What stuff do you validate? Do you understand? What stuff since I can't make sense of half the stuff I felt, but I felt very palpable and real, and some of the stuff you said, yes, this makes sense, that makes sense. I'd love to kind of hear what made sense to you, and then maybe a couple little brief snippets of your experiences, and then we'll go and do the meter walkthrough as well to just figure out all of it.
So the one lady that's very nitpicky, that has to have things very prim and proper, that's our Nana. Like that's how things had to be a certain way, and it's ironic that you brought up China, because she actually had a beautiful China set that I actually now own, because it was one thing I actually wanted when she passed, and so she left me a note in there and everything. So, and ironically, I bring it over every Thanksgiving, and it's in this house.
Oh, that's so cool.
So yeah, so she was very, there's times where she would come to our parents' house and she would just open the door because she had a key, and she'd just clean, and it used to drive my mom nuts. And I was like, this is not okay. Yeah, there was times that she would go in and just pick up the garage or clean under the deck. That's just how she was.
Wow.
She wasn't afraid to get into the nooks and crannies and get it cleaned.
No, that's how she was.
Wow.
But
She was a pretty palpable lady, so.
Yeah.
So
everybody
the
does love
the rocking horse, the chair. There's multiple furniture pieces in here that my grandfather, so her husband, built and made, and so that rocking chair was.
He built it. It's mine originally, and we gave it to her. So
That's really awesome.
And that chair actually just came here a couple weeks ago. My mom has had that, but that was made by her husband. He was amazing.
He made that out of, because he used to live in Grass Valley, so there's a lot of pine trees over there, so he can make it.
That was awesome. We might just use that.
I love you.
He's greeting our YouTube followers. They're pretty great.
I always wanted to be on YouTube.
Well, you're gonna be on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter.
Check that one off, buddy.
Okay, done. Oh, Linda's dabbing.
You're gonna
Please
be on
edit that.
No, please don't edit it.
Oh my god.
It's our.
Do you sense it?
I sense all kinds of them. I've been sensing a lot this evening. So, as far as the other two souls, and then a lot of these transient souls, did any of that make any sense?
Yes, so before we bought this house for a few years, it was a squatter's house.
Oh.
Oh.
So it was broken glass everywhere. It's just looking at the pictures prior to us buying it, and just swastika signs.
Oh my
and,
God.
Yeah,
things,
and
but
those-
for like
and
two-
those are
but
not
for
Yeah,
but for
Like
2 years ago, it was a squatter's house.
Oh,
Just
boy.
So a lot of horrible things could have been going on.
Yeah.
Because I did see a suicide and overdose and a few other horrible things, so that makes a lot of sense. And I can leave a little bit of a film, like an energetic film, kind of like energy like sticks on.
And then when you said
I
also
don't
about
remember him being close.
seeing her walk across.
Yeah.
Our first, like few weeks here, I was sitting down the couch and I looked up and I saw somebody walk from that landing over here into our room.
I've also thought, out of the corner of my eye, whatever, seen her on the stairs, gone
Yeah.
up. But it's mostly been, up there, and
But, yeah.
I don't know, I get the sudden urge to listen to big band music.
Oh.
And that's all the stuff that they listened to when we were kids, where they put the 45s on and just listen to all that stuff, so. Yeah, that's been our assumption that Nana's been roaming around.
She is.
Nana's around.
And the other gentleman, he just, I don't know, like he's so weird. He seems like he belongs, but he gets into everything. He's a tinkering guy. He just gets into and like tries to fix and tinker, and he's just tinkering with everything. He's just messing around. Maybe he's not like off balance. He's just screwing with everything.
That would make more sense.
Like he's into everything.
Do you have like a height, like he was a larger man?
Right.
Was he a?
Can you show him what you look like? He seems a little lanky, kind of, but I really can't see him. I only see his energetic form. I wish he would show me a little bit closer. His hands seem really big. But it's so abstract. I really can't see him very clearly. He's one that I just see like, what I see in my mind's eye is this sort of golden white light. Sometimes I only see their energetic form after a certain point. And I just see this big light, but then like he's always, like he shows me getting into stuff. He's building stuff, fixing stuff, getting into stuff, tinkering. He's in this room, he's in that room. He's very tinkery. With a lot of things and always messing with stuff. And like I see him out in the garage, and I see him like in the kitchen. Like seemed very, very useful. I was a useful man. That's what he's giving me more of his energy, of his presence, of who he was, and less of how he looks. I can't really see him very well. My back kind of bothers me though with him. Like my back feels like some pressure. I feel like not really hunched per se, but just my back feels crunchy with him. Like I feel uncomfortable in the back. He is showing me his pain, and that's about what I can get from him. Does that make sense to anybody you know?
I think that maybe.
I don't remember if he had
But
back.
I don't know. I mean, do you want me to explain like a little bit of him?
Sure, yeah. 'Cause I don't think I'm gonna get much more out of him.
He was a mechanic and worked on a bunch of cars and built cars, but he also did, after he retired there, he did a lot of tinkering with wood and everything and used to do all that kind of stuff too. I imagine with the mechanic stuff that he would probably have some
Might be a little
back
sore.
issues, real sore or whatnot.
Yeah.
But I mean, he did fix up a lot of stuff. Unfortunately, there's a couple people on our father's side that we don't know much about that have passed, and so there's the grandfather and there's an uncle over there that we unfortunately just don't know that much about.
The uncle worked a lot with his hands
But see,
too.
that's the thing, is the uncle worked a lot with his hands too.
Yeah,
I think, but he was also a bit of a creative person, more so than like actually like hands-on.
Yeah,
And
because there's one man that, like, his hands are really rough.
okay, so that would be Poppy.
It's like the callousy and rough.
So Poppy, Nana's husband had very rough calloused hands.
Okay.
Constantly, so.
The interaction between the older lady and that gentleman, is there like familiarity there?
Yeah, they seem to, what it seems like between them is, I don't know, like she's on his case and like admonishing him for something, like she's on his, like getting on his case about things, like and he's just like, oh, I'm just gonna go tinker. Okay.
That's probably
That's
why
the
they went out in
case.
the garage.
Yeah, I was like, because that's, and when they were alive, that's what they would do. She would be very nitpicky and this and that, and he would go to the garage, out to the shed, 7 and 7, and be out there and smoke his cigarettes and do whatever just to get out from the house, because she was very particular about how she wanted her house, and so he could
do whatever he wanted out there. That makes sense. And there's probably other spirits, because sometimes certain spirits will blend together. There could be a few others that I'm feeling on the like peripheral, but I'm not getting a lot from. Because some spirits are just louder than the others, and that's fine. I get a lot of right up in here is uncomfortable. All of a sudden, I'm getting like a stabbing pain up in here. Like it's really sharp right in there. I don't know who that's coming from. It's very painful, like right inside though.
Pancreas or something.
It's very sharp and right in that area. So one of them is giving me their pain. Thanks. That's just rad. Thanks. I appreciate that. So as we go through with the meters and do a lot of that, I might get more from some of them or validate. Maybe I'll feel some things and the meters can validate what I'm feeling and that kind of stuff. So, and as we go, please share whatever you want to share, whatever makes sense. If there's other things that you if you want to share about your basic experiences or any of the stuff that we've already picked up on that makes kind of sense to you.
Yes, where you're saying that sensitive, with her since I was younger, I haven't really seen like a full, I shouldn't say like a full apparition, but I've always been so scared of washing my face in the mirror, not to take the towel off my face because I feel like somebody's right there in the towel.
Wouldn't that be just fancy?
But I've had experiences over the years.
It's just, which explains it runs in families.
Like I felt somebody sitting on the bed blowing in my ear.
Oh. So when I was in his room feeling that, I was probably feeling your experiences.
Something really, really close going.
Yeah, it feels like somebody's almost whispering in your ears what it feels like to me. Because I felt like somebody was like rubbing my cheek and then whispering something at me. That's what I felt in there.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah, because that first experience happened when we lived in the other house in Antelope, on the other side, and then we moved to Roseville, and it followed.
Well, if you're open and sensitive and gifted and there's no boundaries, oh yeah, you'll have activity everywhere you live. It doesn't matter. If you're a beacon, you're a beacon. You can't, a lighthouse is a lighthouse. It's not about shutting it off. It's about management, being safe with it, because you cannot douse that light. It's a light given to you from the other side. You can't shut it off. And people who try usually don't fare well. Usually possessed, no. But what usually happens if you try to shut the dead just get louder and louder and louder, and to where then you do have kind of a uncontrolled situation.
Always hearing something that you're always denying. Not a good thing.
Yeah, it's better just to acknowledge,
Yeah.
okay, it's real, this was happening.
Yeah.
Now here's how I can protect myself and be in control of the situation. And then you feel, then you feel in charge. Just like you're in charge of the family, you're in charge of your gifts on the other side. Just keep that boundary.
Yeah, I'll see stuff at the corner of my eye, like really quick.
Yep.
Or up here, or that landing.
Interesting that's one of the first things that I felt when I walked in.
Yeah, because he's mentioned that a lot, so.
So you remember when Trick passed away when you sat me down. So one day later, I went to bed and I had this dream when I came home from school. I was gonna check on Posey and I saw Trick laying like this on the glass door, and she was looking at the fence. And then I woke up and I started crying, and then I said to myself, she visited me.
And visitations are real.
Yes, they are. Very
Our
real.
loved ones, both pets and human, when those dreams feel more intense, more real, and that's a positive experience. That means that somebody who loved you and cares about you, they come and they check on you. And I do find that to be a really good experience. Those are the kind of paranormal experiences that are, they're all right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It's a lot, isn't it? It's probably a lot to also have it validated. Finally feeling like, oh, this is real. Like I'm not out of my mind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and she's also experiences a lot of anxiety. I mean, we kind of both do, but she's a bit more sensitive when it comes to that.
Well, anxiety is very common
And
in empaths.
And I would say in the last, 3 years, probably since you moved here, it's been heightened. You know,
Being in my
that would
bathroom.
probably be.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That I can see why that would be an absolute nightmare for you energetically.
And there's many sleepless nights that you've talked about that you can't get to sleep, or you come downstairs and actually lay on the couch.
I can see
That's
why.
what you say to me.
That makes a lot of sense to me though, with you guys being so open, not a whole lot of boundaries going on, and probably what feels somewhat like an open portal in your bathroom.
Yeah.
I can see why you would just be miserable and not feel like you're in control. We'll knock it down to pretty much baseline, but you're gonna have to keep it there because you're never not gonna be beacons. So you really do have to just be aware of your energy, be aware of when you feel a little uncomfortable. Oh, time to smudge, time to clear it out, And even if you have guests over, if you have, a bunch of friends over and their energy feels yucky, smudge after they leave, Human energy can be just as difficult and problematic, so.
And that side that you're at, that you felt static, that's my side that I sleep on.
Oh. You supercharged your area in your room. And that happens with gifted people, for sure. I all of a sudden had like a real intense chest pain too. That's that's a widowmaker. That's a coronary. That's sharp. Right on the floor.
Yeah.
Gave me almost the shakes too. That hurt.
Dang, thanks for sharing.
Why? Well, you can feel it. You can see it.
Is that still the
I know
male
that.
energy doing
Yeah,
that?
I'm not entirely sure. All of a sudden, I just felt like this, my chest, and I was just
Yeah, I know what that is.
okay. I can't see anything else but that. And I'd like to get rid of the pain, so I'd like to know who it is.
It's my grandfather.
Aw.
Didn't your
That hurt.
grandfather get stabbed?
No.
No, but
Did he get
heart.
assassinated?
Heart.
That hurts.
That's a bad one.
Would you like to tell me anything else besides this? It was quick. I'm fine. What are you complaining about? Well, it hurt. Feel it for a second. He's having this negotiation with me about the pain. I'm like, I feel fine now. I just had to show you that I was here because you're paying attention to all the other people. He's like trying to get. He's trying to get like a little bit of like love about it. He's like, well,
Well, I'm here too.
he's being all huffy about it, but very cute about it too.
It's happy tears. It's okay, love. It's okay. Yeah.
It's healing tears.
It's healing
It's
tears.
very sudden though. I'm like, you see him and then he's gone.
Yeah, he died of a massive heart attack. He wanted my grandma, he was a truck driver. And he wanted my grandma to go with him because he told her he didn't want to be alone. And so she said, that's weird, okay. And so she noticed that he started having chest pains because heart disease ran in the family. And so she said that she could get help about time. She came back, he took his last breath.
This was quick. He's showing me it was super quick. Like there was no stopping that. I could have, maybe taken the doctor's advice a little closer to heart and paid more attention. I could have been more, I could have listened better, is what he says. I really could have listened better. He goes, but you know what? I'm fine. This was really fast. I didn't suffer. And I still check on you. So we don't have to cry about it. We're here. We're all here. The family's here. We're here to take care of you guys. He's still part of the equation. But he's sorry he didn't listen and pay attention to stuff. He does take his responsibility for that. Like, I really should have, gone to the doctor, watched. He showed me all this bacon. He's like, I'm really sorry. I really should have paid attention to stuff. I didn't pay attention to a lot of, I tried a little bit, but I didn't try hard enough.
Yeah, because he told my grandma that he did go to the doctor before. And that's why he was like, I don't want to be alone. So I think he was probably told
that he was having issues and he was just kind of not really engaging and doing it all he could. He knew something was very wrong.
Yeah.
And he was getting, because he was getting like little tightness, like almost like angina. He's showing me he had little tightness periodically, which is what led him to go in. He kept feeling little weirdnesses, little shortness of breath, and you don't expect that.
Yeah, because he came to me when he passed, so he came to me and he said that he's fine when it happened.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
nice.
And next thing I know, I heard the phone ring and my mom screamed.
Oh,
And I went in there and I was like, Papa died. And they looked at me like, how did you?
He came to say goodbye, which
Yeah.
is that's really awesome that he did that.
And so over the past few days I didn't eat, and he did appear in my room. I just saw the outline of his body. So I knew it was him. I didn't feel scared or anything like that.
Of course.
But that's him.
He seems fine now, but man, that pain was so sharp, and now that we've talked about him, I don't feel the pain anymore. It's like, he's like, by the way, I'm here. Boom, pow. Thanks. Yeah, sometimes they have to really get my attention, because all the other spirits are kind of loud, and of course the human energy, that element is something that I have to feel and process through. Even I have to remember good boundaries.
We might come through in the spirit box too.
Yeah, that's something that we might actually be able to document some of them with some of the equipment. You never know. We don't control the other side, we don't control the dead, but if they're willing to speak or willing to communicate with some of the devices, then we're willing to listen. I wouldn't be worried. If you had a visitation, why are you worried?
That means
That means they're fine.
They're fine. They're able to come and visit you
If they're able
anytime.
to come and visit you, that means they did their little journey and they're fine.
She's protecting you.
At the same time, yeah.
She's watching over you.
That's very special.
That's what I told you, bud.
You're pretty lucky, actually.
Yeah.
You're a lucky kid.
Most people never get to see or feel their pets. And you do. That means you're very special.
You're a pretty special soul. You got some really neat stuff that happens to you that a lot of normal people don't. Hey, you're above average.
You're the coolest kid on the block.
I also felt when we were at school when we were doing Wildcats. I
awesome.
felt remember when I was trying to get something.
Yeah. I'm sure she walks with you too, bud.
Oh gosh, yes.
Even if we, when we lose the body, there's this energy inside of us that's really, really powerful and potent and beautiful, and that energy just keeps going. And you've been able to see them. You've had visits. You've had good experiences. You're able to interact with that energy, so you know that that's real.
It's a wonderful thing.
It is a really special blessing. You're very blessed to have that experience. Yeah, most people don't get that.
Been shaking like this entire time.
It is kind of intense to get a lot of this validated and to really just feel it. And of course, being in the presence of other energy workers and people who vibrate the way we do, you're like, oh.
Yeah, that's how I feel right now.
I gotta get my bearings here. And it's also just a little bit, it's intense to actually have this put in front of your face. Like, when you're just seeing little things or feeling little things, like you can try to push it out of your mind, but now it's right in front of you.
Yeah.
And now you can't run from it. So my suggestion is just, breathe in and breathe out, just kind of relax, make sure you stay hydrated through the night, and just be as calm as you need to be, and we know what we're doing. We will make sure that we validate this and correct as much of it as we can, and then leave you with the proper information to keep it going.